Hey, I didn't have a lot of passengers to talk about too much today, but I just got a passenger that was kind of fun to talk about. This passenger is a neurotic gifted, but I didn't want to tell him about himself because some people might not want to know. I don't know if he'd ever want to know. He's a neurotic gifted. Do you know what a neurotic gifted is normally? I'm going to wait, see if a psychic can figure this one out. This would be an exciting thing for a psychic. They want to figure this out. A neurotic gifted. Neurotic gifted. A neurotic gifted. A neurotic gifted. He's a neurotic gifted. They usually got their gift from high-level, perfected, excessive, let's see if a psychic can figure it out if I give him some hints. A high-level neurotic gifted is usually created by some of the biggest, most powerful, creepy, scary things in existence. Such as a kinda guy. A kinda guy. They're called kinda guys. They're weird and they're like a big blob of pure mass, weird, spiritual intelligence, creepy, vibrating. They look like this weird, creepy, vibrating, weird, overloaded, powerful, jumping, spiking, sparking stuff. And they're really, really smart and really, really powerful and really, really scary. And they're some of the only few things out there that create neurotic gifted people. So a neurotic gifted finds the reality of the answers in existence through excessive neurotic overload. So when they are neurotically overloaded, or whenever their brain is a weird overload of neurotics, they can seem to be so in tune with everything beyond, like it's nothing. It's really weird, but they're really gifted, cool people. And they're really pretty amazing normally. And I thought it was pretty fun because, well, he feels like he has a problem and he needs to work through his mental problems. But really, he doesn't. What he feels is a mental handicapped reality. What he feels is his mental problem is the fact that if he gives in to his power and his gift, he can change people's choices. The way mental telepathy people can explode a brain and blame it on an aneurysm when it's not. It was a mental telepathy person exploding a corner of a brain. But instead of giving into those things, he feels very weird or afraid, like he's a big, weird, scary monster beast with like a brain problem. So you're like, well, let him get therapy if that's what he feels is better. Or let him work through his life however he feels his life is best. You know, but he seems like a very good boy. He seems like a good boy, a good person. And he could probably make quite a bit of money off of a gift like that. If he ever worked for a company or a government, boy, they'd like a gifted person like that. Not right now as he is, because as he is, he's not very good at anything because he hasn't really given into it and learned how to work his powers. But if he ever cultivated himself, he'd be much more productive for a company or a government than a psychic that actually, knows an answer. So I thought, wow, that guy's really, really neat. He had thought or said, my queen in the car. And right after he thought or said, my queen, I was so excited. And I said, thank you, because I really get excited when anyone will think or say my queen, right in the car. Because it's like pretty exciting. It reminds you that like anything could happen right at that moment or pretty soon after like they say it. So it's kind of exciting because, like, you know, somebody's going to visit them right after they say it. And so he said it, and then he left the car. And then it looks like he was visited by a lot of things. He was visited on overload by all kinds of things. So, and I didn't have time to talk to him about it, so I just went with whatever I thought of or whatever he was saying. But it looks like all kinds of things visited him, because after he thought or said, my queen, my queen, my queen, there was a ton that realized he was a highly, highly gifted individual. So all kinds showed up and wanted to hang out with him and talk to him. So I don't know if he's gonna, like, maybe have talks with them or anything. Normally, when you think or say my queen, my queen, my queen, a god, an angel, or your dead family visit first. But it seems like his dead family visited, but his dead family visited with everybody else. So, like, it was just a big bombardment of everybody visiting him because he's really spectacular. So that's kind of cool. I wonder what he's gonna end up doing with the Osprey Golf.